What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I was going to wait for tomorrow to do some filming, and I don't know, I got a lot on my mind tonight, so trying to just go ahead and clear my head. Going to do a little bit of work on the wagon. I'm sitting right now is she's got no brake master cylinder, or well, she had no brake master cylinder and an issue with the caliper. Replaced the caliper, but there's an issue with the caliper that I replaced it with, and well, I couldn't get a caliper on hand today. Thanks to a real good homie here in town who made a contribution to the channel, one of my first contributions to the channel. Thank you, Damien. I wouldn't be out here working tonight on this video actually had you not made that donation to me. So thank you. So right now I've got I got a new brake master cylinder. Alright, so far here's what I got going on. Got the brand new master cylinder installed. Before I put her in though, I got her filled with fluid and bench bled her before installing it. So at the moment, there she is. She's bolted in. She's bench bled. Lines are attached. Got everything cleaned up. That way I don't ruin the paint in here. So when I was in town, I was trying to get together with JJ. He has a caliper for me, one that needs to be pulled off a car. I thought he was going to get it pulled off the car, but I don't know, he might not be feeling well or busy or something. I really don't know, and it's not really a big deal to me that it didn't happen. But I did pick up the master cylinder, so I got that thing installed, as you guys have seen, and about to show you. I'm going to try to start off with the caliper that I have the dilemma with, because I've already got the rear end of the car up off the ground, and the caliper that I'm dealing with happens to be the longest line on the system, and it's the first line that needs to be bled. And I no longer have the issue with my brake pads being squished funny. Everything's all working properly, or they look nice and flush now, like there'd be no issue. But there was a lot of rust on the bleeder screw, and well, you can see the devastation. But there's no working around that. It's either replace the caliper or, well, usually it's just, at this point, it's usually just replace the caliper. What I'm going to do, or at least what I'm going to try at least, is I'm going to unbolt the caliper. I'm going to pull the caliper out of the bracket. And first I'm going to take the main line off of the caliper, and I'll stick that like in a bottle or whatever. And try to bleed out all the air out of that line. And I'll take the caliper off. I'll flip it upside down. I'll stick like a piece of 2x4 or whatever in there to keep the caliper piston from squeezing all the way out. And I'll flip the caliper upside down so that this line is going to be at the top. And with that line at the top upside down, I may be able to keep the line loosened and have it, get it start dripping, and maybe it'll fill up the caliper and I can get it start leaking out, and I can hopefully, maybe, potentially, I don't know, it's probably not going to work, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. If it works, great. If not, oh well, I'll wait till I can get a replacement caliper. So I'm going to work on getting this out. I cracked the line, put a drain bucket underneath. I got all the air bled out of the actual line, physical line itself. Refilled the caliper. Refilled the reservoir and the brake masters. I re-cracked the line loose and got it hanging, and yeah, it took about a moment, but then it seemed like it filled up, and now it's just on its own little constant drip. So I think I'm good enough to tighten her back up, and cross my fingers that that this is actually going to work for me. It's nighttime and I've been working in the dark with a flashlight. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out a extension cord, the shop light, and set you guys up on a tripod. Way better lighting, much better, definitely. Alright, so on to my driver's side rear. I've got my 10 wrench here on the bleeder. Got myself a homemade little bleeder bottle made out of a 20-ounce bottle, and about 50 cents worth of some clear hose from the Ace Hardware around here. Gonna get the get the hose set up on here real quick. I've got the brake master cylinders filled back up. Got the other side bled out. At least I think I've got it bled out. So we're gonna get the rears done here, and then we'll do the fronts, and hopefully everything I did to the passenger rear with the busted bleeder screw, hopefully that one worked out fine, and that'll have brakes again after this. Solid, clear, no air in that line. All four theoretically are bled. So I'm gonna get all this picked up, and then we'll give the pedal a pressure test on the inside of the car. Alright guys, it's moment of truth time. We're about to find out if everything I did worked, and if my brake system's good to go or not. When I slammed on the brakes to avoid the red light runner, I had no pedal play, no pedal pressure at all like after that, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be an issue with my booster, because my brakes got extremely hard first, and then after that I just kept completely losing pressure. I don't have an extra booster, so I decided to go ahead and start off with the master cylinder, because I had what I thought was an extra one laying around, but that one was no good. So I had to get the new one. That one's installed. Got all the air bled out of that one. I got my fingers crossed, and we're about to find out. I'm gonna pump up the pedal here and see what she feels like. I don't know, well, I've got my foot on it, and it's not actually hitting all the way to the floor. I'm not losing pressure all the way to the floor. I'll have to fire the car up and see. No, she still don't feel right. Well, either A, it could be that I may possibly have a tiny little air bubble in the right rear caliper, or that my booster did blow out during the incident. The way it's feeling when I had the car not running, she'd build some kind of pressure. She'd build pressure, about halfway down the pedal, and stayed nice and solid. But then once she was running and had the booster operating, sometimes the pedal would just go straight to the floor, other times halfway there, and then it would sink to the floor. So I don't think it's the caliper, honestly. I think I'm good as far as air pockets in the system. Now she's just going to sit again until I can find a brake booster to replace that, which kind of sucks. I was really hoping that it was just going to be the master cylinder and the issue with the caliper. It is what it is. Sucks. Oh well. Can't do nothing about it. Just have to keep continuing to drive the Prelude, until then. It is what it is. I'll get her fixed eventually. Well, it's pretty late. I really have nothing left to do to the car. Gonna go ahead and clean up my tools, pack up for the night. Hopefully you guys made it all the way here to the end. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm gonna call it a night. Until next time, peace out.